here in Stockholm, Sweden to check out the offices of Yubico, the company that makes that security key that I use and recommend to you. And before I get started, I want to let you know that if you're going to start a company anywhere in the world, do it in Stockholm. This place is incredible. I mean, I've been met with some of the most beautiful scenery, a 300-year-old warship, a literal tree hugger, concerts in the park, and what I believe to be the world's longest foosball table. But I digress. I'm here to learn more about Yubico. Yubico was founded in Sweden in 2007, initially as an alternative to smart card security systems. As Stina, one of the co-founders, describes it,
the YubiKey is a modern version of a smart card.
Yeah.
We took the same encryption schemes. It is a hardware.
While this hardware is used by companies all over the world, the idea of using a physical security key to authenticate your online logins is something that every single person can take advantage of. If you've never used one of these before, the process is pretty simple. Once you input your username and password, enabling two-factor authentication means that you would also be required to plug in your YubiKey into your device to authenticate your identity. The idea here is that even if your username and password could be guessed or somehow stolen in a data breach, a hacker would need to physically steal your security key in order to take over your accounts. But wait, doesn't that mean you're now putting a whole lot of trust in the security of the company who makes these keys? The answer is yes, which is the reason I flew all the way to Stockholm to tour the primary Yubico office and meet the team. I want to ask my own questions about how the YubiKey is manufactured and designed. Now, I can already hear the cynics in the comments right now. No, Yubico did not pay me to come out here. As a matter of fact, I had to get permission to enter their office, and I paid for my own flight to get out here. But I want to know, is the company that I'm trusting with my security, are they legit? Are they worthy of my trust? An office is an office. There's nothing super special about this one. But I do love the fact that all the keys that are sold by Yubico are manufactured either in the US or Sweden. It's not outsourced to other countries. So it's not like Apple, where the product is designed in California but manufactured in China or Vietnam or somewhere else. This YubiKey is designed, manufactured, and shipped from either the US or Sweden. So I'm standing here on the Yubico patio, and it's been interesting. They've let me look around most of the office. There's a portion for their supply that they don't let me in, which is fine. They actually have even Stina.
Actually didn't even have access to our manufacturing room. So.
No, I didn't. And same for Matthias. Now, when he's a CEO, you know, he doesn't.
I used to have access to it, but now I don't.
I love this idea of compartmentalizing your security. I think it's something that all of us should do in some way, but it's neat to see it being implemented here at a security company like Yubico. Really enjoyed just getting to look around the office here. But what about the security of the key itself? A large portion of Yubico's software projects are released as open source software, but the keys are closed source, which is a critique I've heard from others. Now, there's an entire page on Yubico's website dedicated to exploring this topic, but I'll share my thoughts here. First, as CEO Matthias Danielsson says,
we don't sit on our users' secrets. They control their own secrets. That's the most fundamental thing. You come across a lot of users that care deeply about freedom of press or freedom of speech or whistleblowers, and it seems like most of them are actually using our products, so they know that we're not sitting on their secrets.
YubiKeys don't store your secrets on their servers or anywhere else other than on the key itself. So from that point of view, we're removing any need to trust how they handle data because they don't actually handle it. It all has to do with the hardware key itself. And this is where it gets complicated even for me. To the best of my understanding, these keys use secure chips with built-in defenses that would be significantly less effective if everything was open source.
We've designed it in a zero trust architecture, so if you're really into the weeds, you can look into all the details of that.
Even if it was open source, I'm pretty sure people like you and me wouldn't be combing through the code, so I actually take a lot of comfort from the fact that major companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, and others require these keys to be used by their employees to secure their accounts. And in these cases, Yubico has been known to allow these major enterprise customers to do their own independent review of the firmware source code, which they obviously passed. There's a lot of things I may not like about big tech, but I know that they're not going to accept anything less than the highest level of security to maintain their corporate secrets. And if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me.
We do have a lot of supporters with deep technical knowledge, and that's actually one of the things that I find most rewarding working for Yubico, that we have this very tech-savvy group of supporters.
Okay, here are my final thoughts, and I recognize that this probably comes with a little bit of confirmation bias since I've used YubiKeys for so many years. But I'm now more confident using that same key, having visited their offices and talked with their CEO, than I was even before. And part of that is due to the fact that these keys are manufactured in Sweden and the United States, not anywhere else in the world. Yubico doesn't store any of our secrets on their own servers. Everything happens on the key itself. And that is the reason why all of the biggest companies in the world and governments in the world use these same keys to lock their own accounts. So it should work just as good for someone like me. Okay, well, that's it for me. I gotta head home. If you wanna help support this channel and secure your accounts in the process, you can use my affiliate link to buy 2 YubiKeys. I've got that in the description below. You can also see the URL here. Thanks so much for taking time with me today, and I'll catch you in the next video.